In the 2nd century after Christ, at the height of the Roman Empire, one man sat upon the most powerful throne the world had ever known. He commanded legions that stretched from the deserts of Africa to the frozen rivers of Germania. He held the power to destroy cities with a single order, to end lives with a nod of his head. And yet, this man chose a different kind of power. He did not seek to control the world around him. Instead, he mastered the one territory that no army could ever conquer, his own mind. His name was Marcus Aurelius, the last of the 5 good emperors, a Stoic philosopher who wrote some of the most profound words ever put to paper, not for fame, not for legacy, but as a private conversation with himself, a diary of discipline, a manual for the unconquerable mind. And today, nearly 2,000 years after his death, his words still hold the power to set you free. Free from manipulation, free from the opinions of others, free from the invisible chains that most people never even realize they're wearing. In this video, you will learn 9 rules from Marcus Aurelius, 9 principles that, if you truly understand them, will make you impossible to control, ever again. But I must warn you, these are not comfortable truths. Some of these rules will challenge everything you believe about strength, about success, about the way you live your life. So if you are ready to hear what most people spend their entire lives avoiding, stay with me. Rule number 1. Master your emotions before someone else does it for you. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." These words were not written from the comfort of a palace garden. They were written in a military tent, on the frozen banks of the Danube River, while war raged around him. For 17 long years, Marcus fought the Marcomannic Wars. Germanic tribes attacked the empire's northern borders again and again. Plague swept through his legions. Thousands of soldiers died, not from enemy swords, but from disease that crept silently through the camps. And in the middle of all this suffering, his most trusted general, Avidius Cassius, declared himself emperor. The man Marcus had trusted with the eastern provinces had betrayed him. Now imagine yourself in that position. Your soldiers are dying. Your empire is under attack from every direction, and the man you trusted most has just stabbed you in the back. What would you do? Most men would explode with rage. Most men would demand immediate, brutal revenge. But Marcus Aurelius did neither. When Cassius was killed by his own soldiers, Marcus refused to read the traitor's private letters. He ordered them burned, unread. He said, "Let us forgive the living, let us not persecute the dead." Why? Because Marcus understood something that most people never will. The moment you react emotionally is the moment someone else takes control of your life. Your anger becomes their weapon. Your fear becomes their leverage. Your pride becomes the door through which they walk right in and take everything. This is the first and perhaps the most important rule. When you control your emotions, no one on this earth can control you, not your enemies, not your circumstances, not even the people you love the most. Rule number 2, stop seeking approval from anyone, ever. Marcus Aurelius was arguably the most powerful man alive. He could have filled his court with sycophants. He could have surrounded himself with people who told him only what he wanted to hear. Every Roman emperor before him had done exactly that. But Marcus wrote something astonishing in his private journal. He wrote, "How much time he gains who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does or thinks, but only at what he does himself to make it just and holy." Think about that. The ruler of the most powerful empire in history, reminding himself not to care about what other people think. Why? Because Marcus understood a dangerous truth. The moment you need someone's approval, that person owns you. They hold the key to your happiness. They hold the key to your self-worth, and they can take it away whenever they choose. Consider the gladiatorial games. Emperors before Marcus, Nero, Commodus, Caligula, they craved the roar of the crowd. They performed for the masses. They let the mob's applause dictate their decisions, and every single one of them was destroyed by the very people they tried to please. Marcus took a different path. He attended the games because duty required it, but he famously brought documents to read during the spectacles. He refused to be entertained by bloodshed, and the crowd mocked him for it. They called him boring. They said he wasn't a real emperor. Did it bother him? In his journal, he answered that question himself. The opinion of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know anything about the subject. Every time you change your behavior to make someone like you, every time you silence your truth to avoid judgment, every time you compromise who you are to fit in with the crowd, you hand them the chains, and you lock yourself inside. The approval of others is a prison that looks like freedom. Marcus Aurelius saw through the illusion, and so must you. Rule number 3, there is a difference between responding and reacting, and that difference will determine the course of your entire life. A reaction is instant, it is emotional, it is uncontrolled. When someone insults you and you immediately lash out, that is a reaction. When someone provokes you and you raise your voice, that is a reaction. When life hits you with an unexpected blow and you spiral into panic, that is a reaction. A response is different. A response involves a pause, a breath, a moment of stillness between the event and your action. In that pause lives your power. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to not be like your enemy." He did not write, "The best revenge is to destroy your enemy faster than they can destroy you." He said, "Do not become them." During his reign, Marcus faced constant criticism from the Senate. Politicians who had never set foot on a battlefield questioned his military decisions. Philosophers who had never governed a village challenged his policies. Lesser men would have silenced them. Marcus had the power to exile every single one of them, to strip them of their titles, to make them disappear. Instead, he listened. He considered their words, and when they were wrong, which was often, he simply continued doing what he knew was right. No anger, no public humiliation, no retaliation. This is what separates the powerful from the weak. The weak react. They explode. They make decisions in the heat of the moment that they regret for the rest of their lives. The powerful respond. They control the tempo. They choose when to speak, when to act, and, perhaps most importantly, when to do nothing at all. Because sometimes the most devastating response is silence. Total, absolute, unwavering silence. And that silence terrifies those who cannot control themselves. Rule number 4, your inner peace is a fortress. Guard it as if your life depends on it, because it does. Marcus Aurelius developed what Stoic philosophers called the inner citadel. It is the idea that within every human being exists an impenetrable space, a space where no external force can reach, not pain, not loss, not betrayal, not even death. He wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Think about that. The man who ruled over 60 million people, who faced war, plague, betrayal, and the death of multiple children, said that the most peaceful place he ever found was inside his own mind. But here is what most people get wrong about inner peace. They think it means passivity. They think it means weakness. They think it means accepting everything that happens to you without resistance. That is not what Marcus meant, not even close. Marcus did not sit in his garden while barbarians burned Roman cities. He mounted his horse. He led his legions. He fought. But he fought from a place of calm. He made decisions not from fear, not from anger, not from desperation, but from clarity, from stillness. And this is the lesson. Your inner peace is not a luxury, it is a strategic advantage. When everyone around you is losing their minds, when the world is screaming at you to panic, when every circumstance is designed to pull you into chaos, the person who remains calm controls the situation every single time. The people who want to control you, manipulators, toxic colleagues, abusive partners, even your own self-doubt, they all need one thing from you. They need you to lose your peace. The moment you lose your calm, they win. The moment your fortress falls, they walk right in. So guard it, protect it, build those walls higher every single day. Meditate, reflect, journal. Do whatever it takes to make your inner citadel impenetrable, because in this world, the calm mind is the unconquerable mind. Before we continue with the next 5 rules, if these words are resonating with you, if you feel something shifting inside your mind right now, take a moment and subscribe to this channel. We explore the timeless wisdom of history's greatest minds, the strategies, the philosophies, and the hidden knowledge that shaped kings, empires, and the most powerful leaders who ever lived. Hit that subscribe button and let us continue this journey together. Rule number 5, accept what you cannot change and pour every ounce of your energy into what you can. Of all the Stoic principles, this one is perhaps the most misunderstood. People hear the word accept and they think it means give up. They think it means surrender. They think it means lie down and let life walk over you. That is not acceptance. That is defeat. And Marcus Aurelius knew the difference better than anyone who has ever lived. During his reign, the Antonine Plague, believed to be smallpox, swept through the Roman Empire. It killed between 5 and 10 million people, 5 to 10 million. Entire cities were emptied. The army was decimated, the economy collapsed, and Marcus Aurelius could do nothing to stop it. No medicine could cure it, no army could fight it, no law could prevent it. So what did he do? He focused on what he could control. He opened the gladiatorial schools and trained new soldiers to replace the fallen. He sold imperial furniture and jewels to fund the war effort instead of raising taxes on suffering citizens. He appointed the most competent administrators he could find. He worked tirelessly, relentlessly, not against reality, but within it. Marcus wrote, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together. Do so with all your heart." This is what the Stoics called amor fati, the love of fate, not merely tolerating what happens to you, but embracing it, using it, transforming it into fuel. Most people waste enormous energy fighting things they cannot change. They rage against their past. They obsess over other people's behavior. They torture themselves with what if and if only. And in doing so, they surrender control of the one thing they actually can change, themselves. The person who accepts what cannot be changed is not weak. That person is terrifyingly free, because they have eliminated every single leverage point that the world could use against them. You cannot threaten someone who has already accepted the worst. You cannot manipulate someone who does not cling to outcomes. You cannot control someone who has made peace with reality. Rule number 6, keep your plans to yourself. Let your results make the noise. Marcus Aurelius understood something that most modern people have completely forgotten. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is strategy. When you announce your plans to the world, you invite resistance, you invite envy, you invite sabotage. You give your enemies the exact blueprint they need to destroy you before you even begin. Consider how Marcus handled the rebellion of Avidius Cassius. When news of the betrayal reached him, Marcus did not announce his strategy to the Senate. He did not rally public opinion. He did not give speeches about what he would do to the traitor. He simply moved his legions, quietly, methodically, without drama. By the time Cassius realized what was happening, it was already too late. His own soldiers, seeing the inevitability of Marcus's quiet advance, killed Cassius themselves. Marcus never had to lift a finger. He never had to make a single public threat. The modern world teaches you the opposite. Social media tells you to share everything, announce your goals, post your progress, tell the world what you're going to do. But think about this carefully. Every time you share a plan, your brain receives a small dose of dopamine. It gives you the feeling of accomplishment, without the actual accomplishment. You feel as if you've already done the work, and so you stop working. The truly powerful never announce. They execute, they let the results speak. They emerge from the shadows only when the victory is already complete, because they know that silence protects the plan, and the plan is everything. Rule number 7, embrace discomfort. Seek it. Welcome it, because comfort is the most dangerous prison of all. Marcus Aurelius was born into unimaginable luxury. He was adopted by Emperor Antoninus Pius. He grew up in palaces. He had access to the finest food, the greatest teachers, the most beautiful surroundings in the known world. And yet, he chose hardship. He wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work. As a human being, what do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for? The things I was brought into the world to do." Marcus slept on hard surfaces when softer beds were available. He ate simple meals when feasts were prepared for him. He marched with his soldiers in the rain, in the mud, in the freezing cold of the Germanic frontier, when he could have stayed warm in Rome. Why? Because he understood something profound. Every comfort you depend on becomes a chain. If you cannot function without your morning routine, without your perfect conditions, without everything being exactly the way you want it, then you are fragile. And fragile people are easy to control. The person who has trained themselves to endure discomfort fears nothing. You cannot threaten them with hardship. They've already chosen it. You cannot weaken them by removing their comforts. They never needed them. You cannot break them, because they break themselves every single day on purpose. This is not masochism, this is training. Every cold morning you force yourself out of bed. Every difficult conversation you don't avoid. Every moment of pain you sit with instead of running from. You are building the muscle of mental endurance. And that muscle is the one that makes you uncontrollable. Rule number 8, stop explaining yourself. The more you explain, the weaker you appear. Marcus Aurelius made countless decisions that were unpopular. He pardoned enemies when the Senate demanded execution. He spent imperial wealth on war when citizens demanded luxury. He chose philosophy over spectacle when Rome craved entertainment. And not once did Marcus write an apology. Not once did he publish a justification. Not once did he go on a campaign to explain his reasoning to the masses. He made his decision, he stood by it, and he moved forward. Why is over-explaining so dangerous? Because it signals doubt. When you explain your actions excessively, you communicate, whether you intend to or not, that you are not sure you made the right choice. You are asking for permission retroactively. You are inviting debate about a decision that has already been made. Think about the people in your life who command the most respect. They do not justify every move. They do not seek consensus before acting. They decide. They act. They accept the consequences. That is authority. Now think about the people who are constantly explaining themselves, constantly defending their choices, constantly seeking validation for what they've done. Do you respect them, truly? Or do you sense something fragile in them, something uncertain, something that makes you trust them less, not more? Marcus wrote, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Do not talk about your values. Live them. Do not explain your actions. Let them explain themselves. The lion does not turn around when the small dog barks, and neither should you. Rule number 9, the final rule, and perhaps the most powerful of all. Remember that you will die. The Romans had a practice. When a general returned victorious from battle, riding through the streets of Rome in triumph, with the crowd chanting his name, a servant would stand behind him in the chariot, and that servant had one single job: to whisper in the general's ear over and over again, "Memento Mori, remember, you are mortal, remember, you will die." Why would the Romans do this at a moment of ultimate victory? Because they understood that death is not a threat. Death is a teacher, and it teaches the most important lesson of all. Your time is limited. Every single breath you take is borrowed. Every sunrise could be your last. Marcus Aurelius meditated on death constantly. He wrote, "Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now, take what's left and live it properly." This was not morbid. This was liberation. When you truly accept that your time will end, something incredible happens. Fear loses its grip on you. The opinions of others become irrelevant. The small dramas and petty conflicts that consume most people's lives dissolve into nothing because you realize none of it will matter. And here is the ultimate truth about control. The reason people can be controlled is because they are afraid. Afraid of losing their job, afraid of losing their reputation, afraid of being alone, afraid of dying. But the person who has looked death in the face, who has sat with the reality of their own mortality, who has accepted it not as an enemy, but as a companion, that person cannot be controlled by anyone, ever, because they have already made peace with the one thing that every manipulator, every tyrant, every abuser ultimately threatens you with: the end. Marcus Aurelius died on March 17th, 180 AD, 17 centuries ago. To this very day, his last words to those around him were simple: "Go to the rising sun, I am already setting." And with that, the philosopher king closed his eyes for the last time. But his words, his rules, his unconquerable mind, they never died. They are here, right now, in this moment, speaking to you. 9 rules, 9 principles forged in the fires of an empire, written not by a philosopher who lived in comfort, but by an emperor who faced every form of human suffering and refused to break. Master your emotions. Stop seeking approval. Respond instead of reacting. Guard your inner peace. Accept what you cannot change. Keep your plans hidden. Embrace discomfort. Stop over-explaining. And above all, remember that you will die. Here is your challenge. Choose one of these 9 rules, just one. And for the next 7 days, live by it. Do not try to master all 9 at once. Choose the one that you need most and commit to it completely. Tell me in the comments, which rule did you choose and why? I read every single comment, and I want to hear from you. In the next video, we will explore another mind that changed the course of history, a figure whose strategies were so brilliant, so ruthless, that they are still studied by the most powerful leaders in the world today. Make sure you subscribe so you do not miss it. Until then, remember the words of Marcus Aurelius: "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength